So hey guys, you're back with Tiffany on Ascending with Tiff Talks 22, and this is an absolute continuation of part 1, the dark night of the soul, and what is going on during that time. So we had stopped at on our list of symptoms where we're on becoming more empathetic, becoming more patient, even with strangers and other people in your life. But the next one, something that you guys may experience, is a change in your sleep patterns, a change in your diet. You may be eating more, which is not something that I experienced. I actually experienced the opposite, where I was eating less. Even if, like, we would go at my previous job, we would go get these big ass tortas from one of our favorite Mexican restaurants, and it's like, where I used to would dog that whole thing. It's like, yeah, no, there's no way I'm eating all this. Like, I'm not eating it. So you just kind of your diet changes. So for me, it's definitely been on a consistent decline, and I'm good with that because, things are changing. But also your sleep patterns are changing. So you got to look at it like this. Your body is going to need more time to do what it's doing. Think of it as your whole body is recalibrating. So you're going to need to sleep. It's kind of like when you're sick, when you're physically ill, your body is going to want you to sleep more, to get more rest, because it's working hard to fight this illness. So with the dark night of the soul, it is working hard to basically rebirth itself. So, y'all, I am convinced that there are internal physical, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm just convinced there are some internal physical changes going on with your girl. Like, I'm telling you, like the foods and stuff that I was so inclined to love previously, I just cannot. I remember, I think I shared this previously, standing in line thinking, yeah, I'm going to eat some meat today. And I think that my connection with the animals and animal spirits have made it difficult for me to eat meat. And so my body tends to reject that. And I'm standing in this Jersey Mike's restaurant, and just the smell of the meat. And I was going to get chicken on top of that. But the smell of it, I could not take it, y'all. I started getting nauseous. I was like, let me get the hell out of here. I just left the line. I bet they felt like, man, we weren't moving that slow. You were not. But y'all gave me too long to think. Like, I felt sick to my stomach. I had to get out of there, and I went and got my ass a salad. But anyway, another symptom or sign or experience during Dark Night of the Soul is synchronicities. Synchronicities may become more obvious, more apparent. And this is just the universe guiding you towards your life path, like guiding your steps, and you being more aware and in tune of those synchronicities. So those are the repeating numbers. Those are the, not even repeating, just numbers that catch your attention repeatedly. I saw on a friend's page just this morning where she had been noticing 742 on the clock, or in different patterns, in different circumstances, like consistently. To finally, she was like, okay, what do these numbers mean? And so synchronicities, things like that. And so when you look them up and you get that understanding, it's like, aha, that is valid. That is helpful. So that is just your angelic guidance being made clear. That's the way I want to say it. Also, you may be experiencing a desire to just be. This is maybe your desire to not move around, to not travel, to not visit with anyone, but to just be, to feel your feelings, all the things that you may be going through, all the things that are coming up for healing, just to choose to not run. That's what I mean. You are walking away from avoidance. You're walking away from not facing things, situations, circumstances, consequences, whatever. Okay? You're choosing to just experience these things and these emotions as they come up. instead of me. Like, if you follow me at all, it is very, 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 or has been previously, very easy for me to become restless, right? I feel like I always need to be on the move. But a lot of times, our desire to be on the move is a resistance to just being still and feeling what it is that we need to feel, right? Anyway, next one that we got is you have a better understanding of yourself. You're starting to understand yourself better. And for me, this is where I feel like blame came up quite a bit. Blame of my mom, blame of my dad. And instead of blame, it kind of turns to understanding. This is where, for me, I was looking back at things that occurred in my childhood or beliefs that my parents had that they had instilled into me that later turned into fears as an adult. And yeah, so it may look like blame, but it's really a realization and an understanding of why you yourself tick the way that you do. Does that make sense? So it's not necessarily blame, and the people and the loved ones in your life may feel like it's blame, but it's just you're developing an understanding of why things are occurring in your adult life as they are. It's understanding how certain beliefs have been ingrained and instilled in you from an early age. And it doesn't even have to be just from childhood. It could be teenage years. It could be early adulthood. But whatever it is, you're understanding yourself a little better. You're understanding the difference in those fears, those beliefs, those ideals that were not yours or that don't resonate with you on a soul level, on a heart-centered level. Those things that don't match who it is that you truly want to be. So that's occurring there. Also, for my sensitives, this is a period where your spiritual abilities may be revealed or awakened. So what I read, and which makes so much sense, and I actually feel this too, because a lot of people come to me for readings, or the universe just happens to send them to me, and I can easily recognize that they are experiencing an awakening, or that they have psychic gifts themselves that they are trying to ignore or running from their capability. I can see those see that in the cards. And then when I tell them, are you having visions? And it's like, oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. So yeah, a lot of people who are experiencing an awakening, they have certain abilities that are going to be made known and obvious to them. So these are your highly sensitive people. These are your empaths. These are your psychics. These are your healers. Yeah, these are they. Okay. And then also, there may be a realization here that this new path that you're on is here to stay. So it's kind of like you cannot, once Pandora's box is open, it's open. You cannot unlearn this new way of being around the things that you've learned. You have learned to be positive and to be productive and to live your life in that way. And you're realizing that feels better than how I was living previously. So you're going to have a desire to go with it, right? I got a message the other day about returning to an old job. And I was inclined to be like, yeah, even though I was in a rough circumstance, I was at this time, like not currently, but a few days ago, I felt like I was in a inescapable tough circumstance. So when this person reached out to me, I was like, hell yeah, that'd be a new salary, that'd be incoming funds, etc. But it took me kind of ruminating over this thing for 2 or 3 days, and I realized that I could not dare go back. I could not dare. One, what is the likelihood that I would be walking into the same situation? Very much so likely, right? Very much so likely. So that means I would again be probably not paid my worth or value for the amount of work that I'm doing. So then I would be overworked and too tired to connect with my family outside of work. And then 3, I would just be the same unhappy that I was when I left there. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I had to think about what is it that made me even consider that. I ultimately ended up sending an email saying that, it doesn't match what I actually want to do. So I'm going to have to move on from that offer, that suggestion. Anyway. So those are the symptoms, guys. I had numbered them, but then some of them I kind of grouped together, so I stopped numbering them, which is why it may sound like it sounds. But I do want to tell you that when all of this is over, and I was going to say I know firsthand. I don't know firsthand because I don't feel like I'm at the end of it. I do definitely feel like I'm nearing the end of it, but I know that there are still a few things that need to fall away. Also, there is an individual that I do know who has gone through this years and years ago. But in communicating with her, I know that there are still a lot of things that need to heal. So while it seems that she's been in this happy space, and knowing this person like I know them, there's still lots of repressed memories and emotions regarding certain things that this full moon kind of brought up for her as well. And so, yeah, it's like, who knows when it's over? So I dare not say that I am finished, but I do know that there is a finished point, okay? So as you progress, as you near the conclusion of being in an awakened and enlightened state, you come out with a deeper sense of purpose, a deeper sense of connectedness to yourself, to the people in your life, to people, period, to nature, to God, to animals, to spirit, all those things. And it's a greater connectedness, or connectedness with a greater life, that is not dependent on all the concepts that you held on to previously that defined who you were, if that makes sense. So that's the part that I look forward to. I'm most definitely trusting and enjoying the journey, though, and all the guidance that I'm receiving at this time. But guys, I just want to encourage you, because does it get dark at certain points? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are times where you're going to feel alone, times that you're going to feel completely misunderstood, times that you're going to feel judged. But all these things are a part of your journey, a part of your awakening, a part of your enlightenment that are going to lead to your success, your fulfillment, your emotional fulfillment, your spiritual fulfillment in this life on this earthly plane. So whatever it is, if you guys are dealing with this at this time, I just invite you to persevere. Try to surround yourself with people who are positive, who think positively, who believe in you or express their belief in you. And the funny thing is, this may not come from family members. This may not come from people you've had 20, 25 year friendships with. Quote, I put friendships in quotes. Connections with. This may not come from those people. And so be of course open to that, and open to expanding your circle of love, because you definitely need to feel supported throughout this journey, okay? So that is part of the reason that I created the group on Facebook that accompanies this podcast. So guys, if you have any questions, also of course email me at tifftalks22@yahoo.com, or DM me on one of the social sites. I think my Instagram is Tiff Talks. My Facebook page is Tiff Talks 22. Also, my personal page there is Being Tiffany. Yeah, so get in touch with me, yo. Or this video also is going to post on YouTube, so you can also leave a comment or a thumbs up or something. Just get in touch with me if you need some help, some guidance, some support. Let's be there for each other, okay? Anyway, I'm so appreciative for you guys to have listened today, especially if you took the time to listen to both parts, which I hope you did, because I think they all contain relevant information. Like I said, I did consolidate a few of the items, but they were all so absolutely relevant to me. I felt like I've actually experienced them all. So I felt like they were very, 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 very important to share. So hopefully you were able to get through all of them. Anyway, I have no idea what the next episode of the podcast is going to be. I decided from now on that I probably won't be stating that ahead of time, because Spirit has a way of being like, skirt, I don't want you to talk about that yet. Talk about this. So when I know, I will let you know what we're going to do with that, okay? I hope you guys are overall doing well. Even if you're in this period, this dark night of the soul period, I'm going to still wish you well, and I'm going to be hopeful that you are well, and I want to encourage you to be well, okay? You'll get through it, guys, whatever it is. All right, I'm sending you guys so much love and light. I love you. Thanks for joining. Take care.